And a pleasant good afternoon and welcome to the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania for game number 3 of the Atlantic Hockey Federation Championships. Today we have the Skylands Kings 13 and under AA squad taking on the Jersey Shore Wildcats. The Kings finishing number 3 in the regular season standings due to crash ratings, and the Wildcats number 4. And this is the final matchup of the round robin for the New Jersey division. Unfortunately for the Kings, they have been eliminated from further competition after today's game, as have the Wildcats, due to the fact that the Avalanche and Rockets both won their 2 games each. The Avalanche turning back the Kings earlier today 2-1 in a nail-biting contest that was only won midway through the third period on a goal by Louis Russo on the power play. The Kings could not tie the game on an equalizing goal, and so Skylands falls to 0-2 in the tournament with an overtime loss to the Rockets, 4-3. Meanwhile, the Wildcats have been shut out in both their games, 3-0 to the Avalanche, 2-0 to the Rockets, and it's the Kings and Avalanche here. Basically, what's a consolation game here at Grundy Ice Arena. Let's go over the rosters for today's contest. We start with number 2, Henry Riley. Number 3, Luke Lehman. Mark Policelli is number 4. I believe he's back in the lineup today after being suspended due to penalty situations in game number 1 against the Avalanche. We'll look out and see if he is back. Number 5 is Michael Fish. Number 10, Max Nikowiak. 14, Ryder Shear. 15, Christophe Ahmad. 16, Logan Dempsey. 17 is Anthony Lavarco. Number 20 is Alex Lombardi. 21 is Fiona Hannaford. 29, Kyan Carbone. 38, Terrence Kerr. 44 is Cooper Stanish. 77, Reese Cordeaux. And number 97 is Kane Thompson, the goaltenders for the Jersey Shore Wildcats. Number 28 is Maya Sturm. Number 31 is Owen Court. For the Kings, we go with number 4, Trevor Cooper. Number 6, Ryan Walsh. Number 8, Sam DeRobertis. Number 10, Noah Bernstein. Number 9 is Logan Dixon. Number 11, Nicky Ciarelli. 14 is Braden Clyde. 16 is Max Fish. Number 19, Connor Dunn. 20 is Gio Valente. 22, Michael Formisano. Number 23, Gavin Butler. 25, Rocco Gallucci. 50, Luca Catapano. Number 82 is Damian Slater. Number 86 is Nate Troy. The goaltender for the Kings, number 1, is Braden Catrini. The head coach of the Skylands Kings, 13 and under, AA squad, is Charlie Spetz. Assistant coaches Troy Zellers, Mike Bernstein, and Dave Gallucci. Official scorer for today, I believe, is going to be Matt Dixon. And team manager is Grace Dixon. I don't see Grace down there. I do see Matt. I am Mike Formisano. We are here live inside the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania, just a stone's throw from Philadelphia. The third and final game of the round robin for the Atlantic Hockey Federation Championships between the Skylands Kings and the Jersey Shore Wildcats. We'll be back with opening face-off right after this. Welcome back to the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania for Skylands Kings Hockey. Mike Formisano along with you, calling today's game. Thank you so much for joining us in what is going to turn out to be the final game of the season for the Skylands Kings. But as Coach Herm Edwards of the New York Jets said 20 years ago, the Jets were 1-4. You play to win the game. And that's what the Kings are going to do today. They play to win the game, and they're looking to win and finish out with victory against Jersey Shore. Season series, the Wildcats defeated the Kings 3 games, and the final one is Skylands Ice World at the end of the regular season on Super Bowl Sunday. The Kings turned back Jersey Shore to take one of the 4 matchups. Well, we know Catrini's in net for the Kings. We will see who plays goal for the Wildcats today, if it'll be either Myers Sturm or Owen Court. Court's still on the ice and is heading to the net, so it will be Court. Opening line for the Kings, it'll be Connor Dunn and Nate Blytroy. Gio Valente with defensemen Braden Klein and Rocco Gallucci. Blytroy will take the draw against number 15, Christophe Lamont. Number 3, Skylands Kings against the number 4, Jersey Shore Wildcats. Both teams, fortunately for them, have been eliminated from further play after today's game, as the Avalanche and Rockets will play for the number 1 seed and regulation winner. And the loser of that game will still have a chance at the wild card because they both have 2 wins. And neither Skylands nor Jersey Shore can get 2 wins. And then also, whoever the second place team is out of the New Jersey division, that wild card spot may not go to them. It may go to the second place team either out of the Pennsylvania region or out of the national region. So we'll look at that with official scores after today's game. Here's the opening faceoff. Blytroy Mamad. Kings in their home white uniforms trimmed by navy and gold, going right to left. Here we go as Blytroy wins the faceoff, and it goes along the near boards. It's Connor Dunn. Dunn passes it back to Gallucci off of Blytroy's stick, and now Dunn picks it up. Dunn with the pass to Valente, sends it in on Korth. Korth will make the save, and they'll cover. And Valente with a hit on the Jersey Shore defenseman as we have our first stoppage in play. It is freezing inside this Grundy Ice Arena. I remember we went to the Igloo in Mount Laurel, and it said it was called the Igloo for a reason. You could say the same thing about here at Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol. Northeast Gainesville, not nearly as cold. I can see my breath here in Grundy. Here's the shot right off the face-off. Dunn trying to poke it home, and Korth will go ahead and freeze it for no further play. So Blytroy tried taking a shot right off the face-off win. And Dunn was right on the doorstep. However, Korth was able to cover. Face-off to the left of Korth, and the Kings pick it up again. Goes into the near corner, and King Thompson can play it around. Jersey Shore clears the zone, and Gallucci picks it up. Kings out of Stockholm, New Jersey, at Skylands Ice World. The Jersey Shore Wildcats from Farmingdale, New Jersey, in Wall Township. They play out of the Jersey Shore Arena. Here's a shot by Michael Fish, goes wide. Jersey Shore with those black uniforms and red numbers, so tough to see dark on dark. I've complained about that all year, but nobody's going to listen to me. Here's Dunn along the near boards. Loses it over to Logan Debsick, who takes a shot, and it goes off the backboards, and it's picked up by Ryan Walsh. Walsh off the boards, and Michael Fish will go ahead and send it in. Rocco Gallucci will pass it up to Dunn. Dunn looking to escape the zone. Taken away by Mamad, and Walsh does a 360 spinnerado as he goes back to the bench. Ryan here for the game today. Dad Jim, I think, has made his way out to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey for the Islanders and Rangers Stadium Series game. Hope he has a good time there. Give all the credit in the world to Ryan for going ahead and being here and skipping that game. Also, my son, Michael Formasano, had tickets as well as I did. So, and once we found out the playoffs were scheduled this weekend, put those tickets on StubHub and sold them. So, here's Formasano, loses the puck off to Lamont. I can't imagine many other reasons going ahead and selling those tickets. We wanted to be there, but, you know, what can you do? Kings made the playoffs for the first time in 7 years, and we were going to be there no matter what. Here's Dixon behind the net, sends it back around to Formasano. Formasano has the puck there. He'll go ahead and skate it over the blue line and into neutral ice to pass up to Bernstein. Bernstein with Slater. Oh, it rolls off of Bernstein's stick, but he still gets an opportunity to sweep it towards the net. Now it's in the corner. Slater after it. It's picked up by number 2, Henry Riley, who's slapping around. Catapata holds it only briefly, comes back outside the zone. Bernstein with the pass across to Logan Dixon. Dixon did make the Stadium Series game for the Devils Flyers, I know that, from last night, right after the first game against the Rockets Hockey Club. So, says he had a good time. Devils beat the Flyers last night in NHL play. Here's Catapata over the blue line, and it hits Slater's skate, and he doesn't know where it is. He sweeps around in it. Lehman's able to take it. And Slater knocked it in, but it was offside. So 13-14 to go in the first period. Shots on goal, 3-0 in favor of Skylands. No score between Kings and Wildcats. David Burtis will take the draw with Fish on the left. And Nicky Ciarelli on the right. Cooper Stanish now with the pass back to Cayenne Carbone, stolen away by DeRobertis. He'll send it in. It goes into the far corner, and Max Fish gives chase. Now Butler will hold it. Butler tried to skate it in. It bounces off his stick and goes to Stanish. Cooper Stanish at the red line now on the blue. Into the Kings zone. Big check by Cooper. And now DeRobertis trips over the referee as he tries to clear the zone. He does so. Both DeRobertis and the referee take a tumble. Here's Butler. He'll send it in. Drops below the goal line, now behind the net. Picked up by Ryder Shear. Intercepted by DeRobertis. Goes off the backboards. Ciarelli with it now. Comes back out to Fish. Butler will hold it there. Gavin Butler trying to backhand his way in towards the hash marks. Comes outside the zone. And Lavarco will play it in. Anthony Lavarco will send it all the way to the Kings' end. Trevor Cooper with it now for Skylands. Sends it all the way back out. Michael Fish grabs it in his own zone. He'll skate it over the blue line, now over the red. Sidestep Ciarelli, does the same with Troy. He'll send it in and look to go off. No, actually, I'm looking at the benches there right in front of me instead of on the other side, as usually is the angle I go from. So I saw him skating towards the far end and thought he was going to make a line change, Michael Fish, but he was just looking for positioning. Puck comes outside the zone, and it goes towards the Wildcat end. DeRobertis chasing Stanish. He's got the puck. DeRobertis on the face-off dot. Shot goes wide and off the far boards. Here's Clyde with it. Clyde in the skates of Fish. Sends it outside the zone, and now Henry Riley looking for a break. Galucci, the only man back. Riley coming in. Galucci is able to play him off the puck. Good defense by Rocco Galucci. And now he takes a hit along the boards by Kane Thompson. Puck comes back around. There's Mamad in there for Jersey Shore. As I said, Jersey Shore and the Kings have played 4 times this season. The Wildcats have won 3. And the Kings with the last victory on February 11th. Last Sunday at Skylands Ice World. Now a hand pass, but it's waved off as it comes outside the zone. And Jersey Shore now plays it back in. There's Riley off the far boards. Galucci picks it up. Riley on him. Bleibtreu takes it away. Nate Bleibtreu. Along the far boards, pass up to Dunn. There's number 77, Reese Cornell with it. Connor Dunn gets a bit of a shove there from number 97, Kane Thompson. Then it goes to Dixon. Dixon to Valente. Plays it inside the Wildcat end. Dunn giving chase on the forecheck. Back to Bernstein. Holds it at the blue line. Goes into the Wildcat bench and an offside. 10:15 remaining here in the first period. No score between the Skylands Kings and the Jersey Shore Wildcats. We are here live at the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania. Just a stone's throw outside of Philadelphia. Bernstein with the face-off win goes back to Dixon. Now over to Catapano. Catapano plays it in, but right back out from Jersey Shore. Sends it in on the Korth with the save. Owen Korth used to play for Brick Hockey Club. Remember, Skylands played him a couple of years ago on a Friday night game, and the Kings won 9-4. Korth was in net for that, and I guess he's made the move over to the Jersey Shore Wildcats. So, which makes sense since Brick and Jersey Shore play, I believe, in the same arena. They play in the Jersey Shore Arena. But thought Korth had gone to Princeton too, but maybe not. Here's Walton shot wide left, and it goes along the near boards. Now Slater with it. Dixon has it. Logan Dixon being tied up by 2 Jersey Shore Wildcats right in front of the Wildcat bench. Comes back out to neutral ice, and there's Catapano. Luca Catapano will send it in on net. Korth with the blocker glove save. 9:15 remaining here in the first period. Fast-moving first period here at Grundy. All's better. Both teams itching to get home, I'm sure, after this third and final game. It's tough. This game could have had implications where you're playing for everything, trying to make a spot into tomorrow's championship round. Unfortunately for both teams, since they suffered defeats in the first 2 games at Northeast Skate Zone, the Kings, albeit in overtime in the first game against the Rockets, they've both been eliminated from going further after today. Here's Slater over the red line. He'll backhand it inside the zone. It goes into the corner, and Fish will play it. Formisano on him. Comes around to number 10. That is intercepted by DeRobertis and into the Wildcat end, but on an offside. That was Lukoyak number 10 for the Wildcats, who played that around. Came back up as the Kings played it in. It's on an offside. 8:29 to go here. In this first period, DiRobertis will take the draw. Formersano on the right, Fish on the left, Butler and Cooper on defense. Goes along the far boards. Cooper gives chase. Standish on him. Now back to the Wildcats. Logan Demsick, number 16. Passes it across the Ryder. Sure. It's knocked down by Formersano's stick. And here's Butler. Butler with the pass up to Fish. Sends it in on Fourth. Fourth will stick it aside. Now Fish holds it. Goes back behind the goal. Plays it around, back to the point. Butler with it. Sends it into the corner on the far end. Held in by Fish. Bounces off his stick and now to Shear. Now Fish has it in the hash mark, so he fans on it. Formersano looks to grab it, can't do so. And Shear will slap it around. Fish holds it. Takes a bounce over to Terrence Tan. Tan, number 38, across the blue line. Over to Standish. The shot. Wide right and over the crossbar. Kings have it on the faceoff dot. Comes back to Tan. Tan with wide left. And picked up by Cooper. Trevor Cooper. Passed out to DiRobertis. Sam DiRobertis on the break. DiRobertis coming in to pass over to Fish. Fish on top of the faceoff circle. And we got a penalty call as Fish is knocked down. And as Jersey Shore touches up, the Wildcats are going to go to the box. And number 97, Kane Tomzig, knows it. Right to the box. And the Kings will go to the first power play of the afternoon. 7:13 remaining here in the first period. No score between the Skylands Kings and the Jersey Shore Wildcats. We're live at Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania for Game 3 of the Atlantic Hockey Federation Championships. Here's a face-off won by the Kings, but stolen by Henry Riley. And Riley over the red line. He'll go ahead and swipe it in all the way behind the net. Great Klein gives chase. Ciarelli now with it. The pass across to Valente. Gio Valente on the red line, now on the blue. Valente comes into the zone. Sends it behind the Wildcat net. Blytroy in there. Lays it off the glass. He has it behind the net. Blytroy looking to pass it back out. We're going to Wayne Gretzky's old office right behind the net. He's set up there for tons of his goals and assists. Puck comes outside the zone. We got a high stick, and so the puck face-off is going to come outside of the Wildcat end. 6:38 remaining, first period. Kings and Wildcats scoreless. Face-off will go down into the Kings end of the ice. It'll be Blytroy, Ciarelli, Valente with Cooper and Dixon on defense. Face-off won by Mamad. Goes back behind. There's Dixon. Logan Dixon behind the net. Dixon will turn back around. Now Valente with it. Gio Valente along the near boards. Valente to Blytroy. Pass to Ciarelli on the far end. Ciarelli will send it in. Back behind the Wildcat net. All the way around it goes. Takes a weird bounce off the boards. It's the second or third time that's happened there in that corner. So you wonder if the boards are evenly matched. There's Cooper. Loses his edge. And he goes down. Lamont is going in for it. Pass back out to Corneau. Corneau fires. Save. Petrini. Left hand save. He kicks that out like a pinball flipper. And Blytroy over to Ciarelli on the far boards. Nicky's able to get it up to the line, but not out. Now Blytroy will flip it up into neutral ice. Bounces into the Wildcat zone. The penalty to Thompson over. And we're back to five-a-side hockey. Backhanded in by number 15, Christophe Lamond. And Cooper picks it up. Trevor Cooper with the pass to Bernstein. Loses it over to Corneau. Puck floating in. It's loose on the side of the net. And number 17, LaVarca, tried to put that home, but Dixon rode him off the puck as he had an angle on the net. Here is Corneau with the pass to LaVarca. Stolen away by Dixon. Dixon with a cross-ice pass to Walsh down to Dunn. Connor Dunn over the blue line. Dunn skating in on the face-off circle. Gives it to Bernstein. Noah Bernstein behind the net. Bernstein goes into the far corner. Pass across to Walsh. Walsh fires! Just over the crossbar. I think Cork got a piece of it. And here is Lehman for Jersey Shore. Trying to get around Klein, can't do so. Puck comes in, Walsh ties up, and now Klein with a collision on, I believe that's number 5, Michael Fish. And he is down. couldn't exactly get the number, but the Jersey Shore Wildcat player is down behind the net. We're going to take an injury timeout. 4:11 to go here in the first period. No score between the Kings and Wildcats. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania. Mike Formisano along with you. Calling today's action. We're still in injury timeout as the player for the Jersey Shore Wildcats is still down. And Coach Mike Bernstein from the Kings has gone out to assist the Jersey Shore coaches and taking a look and seeing if the players will be okay. And they're going to continue to address and make sure that he's okay and give him the medical attention that he needs. And once we get back to action, we'll be back with you. We're going to take another injury timeout, and we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania. As it looks like the injury timeout's almost over. My correction on the player who went down on the hit, it was number 3, Luke Lehman. So Lehman is being helped to the ice by the coaches, including Coach Mike Bernstein. And we hope Luke is okay and that he returns to the game soon. He's back under his own power, just looks to be in a lot of pain. So anyway, so with the way that hit happened, Braden Klein, number 14 for the Kings, went in on Lehman and got called for the penalty there for whatever you want to call it. You want to call it boarding, charging, checking from behind, whatever it was. Klein's going to go ahead and serve a penalty. So just hasn't been posted on the scoreboard yet. This happened at the 4:41 remaining mark of the first period. So teams will go ahead and warm up a little bit. They're going to give Klein 4 minutes. So 4 minute, I guess that's going to be a major. A double minor would be 3 minutes. So they're going to give Klein a 4-minute penalty. And if it is major, basically what that means is that if the rules apply same here in youth hockey as they would in like professional, from what I've known over the years, is that if you're on a major penalty, the team on the power play can score as many times as they want. And that's to finish the full 4 minutes. So Klein will stay in the box no matter how many goals Jersey Shore is able to score. So, well, Dunn's in there. Dunn's going to go ahead and serve part of that penalty. And I think Brayton's skating off, so that may be a game misconduct, actually. So Klein's going to go off, and I think he's going to be tossed from the game. So, well, he's back on the bench, so it may just be picking up a water bottle or something. But yeah, Klein's done for the game. So. Now, look, I'm not trying to justify the hit in any way, shape, or form, but the way that Klein came in as he was skating, it was a fast move to the back of the boards. Lehman was coming in, and Klein was right after him. I would have to go ahead and look back at the video if he went ahead and tried to get his arms up. I mean, I can't imagine how it was intentional in any way, shape, or form. He got him in a vulnerable area, and there's no doubt about that. So here's a face-off to the left of Braden Catrini. It'll be Noah Bernstein taking the draw against Terrence Tan. So, Wildcats on a 5-on-4 power play now, and Walsh is able to clear the zone. Sends it all the way down into the Jersey Shore end, and Michael Fish with it. 4-minute penalty against Klein. Inside the zone, there's Fish. He loses control. Dixon takes it. Dixon goes back behind the net. Dixon, he's got Tomczyk on him. Kane Tomczyk tying him up. They're poking away at it. That's number 10, Max Lukowiak. Shot in front. Tipped away by Catapano. It's loose in front. Catrini's able to cover and make the save. Good save by Braden Catrini, freezing out the Jersey Shore attempt. 4:09 remaining in the first period. We'll remain scoreless here. Well, face-off is going to be against DiRobertis and Terrence Tan. It's won by Tan, but Ciarelli is able to send it all the way down the ice. Then we get a foot race. Ciarelli and Shear. Nicky Ciarelli trying to get an angle. Shear's able to knock him off the puck. And it goes into the near corner. Picked up by the Wildcats there. And the puck comes back out to number 14, Ryder Shear. DiRobertis able to stick on it. Now goes to Tan. There's Tan with it at his own blue line. 1 minute has elapsed on the Klein penalty, so 3 to go. Here's Dixon, sends it outside the zone, and Shear with it. Over to Michael Fish. Fish has it in his own zone. Sends it to the far boards. There's Ciarelli. Lukowiak will send it all the way into the Kings end, where Dixon picks it up. Logan Dixon, number 9 for the Kings. Across the DiRobertis, it's in his skates. Tomczyk fires. Glove save by Braden Catrini, and hold on. Catrini flashing the leather and keeping the game scoreless. 3:16 remaining in the first period. No score between the Skylands Kings and the Jersey Shore Wildcats. Face off to the left of Catrini. It comes back to Jersey Shore. Lukowiak intercepted by Ciarelli. And now Ciarelli with a break. Ciarelli is along the near boards, trying to angle back in. Can't do so around the Jersey Shore defense. Fish is able to ride him off the puck. And Michael Fish with it now along the far boards. All the way down in the Kings end of the ice, and since he shot it in beyond the red line, it is icing, and the faceoff will go back into the Wildcat zone. 2:35 remaining in the first period. Faceoff will be to the left of Owen Court. It'll be Nate Livetroy taking the draw with Fish on the left, Cooper and Butler on defense. Face-off won by Blytroy, but it goes over to the Wildcat forward. That is number 16, I believe. Now Mamad in there and over to Stanish. Cooper Stanish with the pass intercepted by Max Fish and sends it back to Gavin Butler. Butler with it over the blue line. Gavin Butler now skating towards the red. Sends it into the Wildcat end, and Demsick picks it up. Logan Demsick with it. Cross pass to Henry Riley. Riley with Cooper on him. Cooper's able to play him off the puck. Good defense by Trevor Cooper. He has been so solid for the Kings all season long. Now Butler across to Cooper. Cooper comes back over the goal line. Plays it outside the zone and down the ice. Too slow for icing, so Demsick will have to retrieve. And it's held into the Wildcat zone by Blytroy. And he takes a hit from number 44, Status. Riley will send it in, back behind the net, and there is Dixon. Logan Dixon sends it up, held in by Cornell. Back into the corner, Dixon with it. Dixon will flip it outside the zone, and there is Demsick with it. Off the far boards, Lamond over the blue line. Christophe Lamond on the face-off circle. Galucci's able to play him off. Pass in front of Lavarco, tied up there, comes back to the point. Here's Demsick, fires, knocked down by Dixon. It's loose. Tomzik with a backhand shovel over the crossbar and into the near corner. Kings trying to play it out, can't do so. Sent right back into the zone, and there is Dixon with it. Logan Dixon sends it back around. Little reverse course. It's a pass. Cordeau comes outside the zone. Nope, the puck is still held in. Dixon to Blythe, and now finally the Kings are able to break. 20 seconds remaining on the penalty decline. Here's Demsick, sends it in, goes back behind the Kings net. Logan Dixon picks it up. Dixon with the pass to Walsh. Walsh knocked down. No call when we play on. Here is Corneau. Walsh is able to sidestep him. Puck comes inside the zone. There's Demsick, and the penalty is over. Here's Bernstein. Fires wide left. Just missed the left post. It's along the near boards. Walsh in there with two Wildcats. Puck over to Formasano. Now back to Cooper. Cooper fires wide left. Walsh after it along with Bernstein. Bernstein gets her first shot. Save. It's loose on the side. Bernstein below the goal line. Now to Walsh off his skate to Cooper. Cooper fans on the shot. Now Walsh tries to send it up. It comes back to Cooper. He'll send it back in. Walsh across. Back to the point. To Catapano. Catapano fires into the equipment of Kane Tomzik. Tomzik will clear the zone. 6 seconds to go. A 2-on-1 for the Wildcats. Tomzik in. Sends it in on net. Treaty will stick that aside. And a collision on Tomzik by Cooper at the end of the first period. And will remain scoreless as we head into the first break. We're through one here at the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania. And it is the Kings no score with the Jersey Shore Wildcats. We'll be back for second period action right after this. So, you guys are all so nice. I appreciate that. I have a page set up on Facebook Live called Skylands Kings.
That's what she said she's on. She's like, it's not
Skylands Kings Bantam 13 and under, 13 AA.
Okay.
Bantam hockey page. But just go ahead and do a search on that.
Okay. Okay, and then
once I have it after the game, I'll set it.
Okay.
Yes, I can't do it during the game, but I'll do it after the game.
Oh, and then she can watch it.
Yeah, she'll be able to watch it.
Okay,
Yeah, it'll be
right.
posted.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it. Welcome back to Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania for Skylands Kings hockey. Mike Formasano along with you calling tonight's action as the Skylands Kings and the Jersey Shore Wildcats are scoreless here going into second period action. Just an update from Jim Walsh over at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I'm sure he did not like typing this, but he went ahead and sent a message. Islanders are up 3-1 on the Rangers, and the crowd is not pleased. Well, I don't care about the crowd. I'm happy, and the Islanders are winning 3-1. So thanks for the update, Jim. Jim Walsh, maybe one of the biggest Rangers fans I've ever met. And we get along with it, though, and everything. Hitting each other throughout the seasons and everything. God forbid they ever meet in the playoffs, so I won't be able to talk to Jim for a couple of weeks. Then we'll get to the series, and it'll be fine. A lot of Ranger fans here with Skylands fans, and then we're in Flyers country here, so, but I'm initially from Long Island, so I grew up during the dynasty years, so can you blame me? Here's Jersey Shore into the Kings' end as we start the second period. The Kings in their home white jerseys trimmed by navy and gold, going left to right on your screen. Jersey Shore going right to left in the black uniforms trimmed by red. Terrence Tan with it in the far corner. Tan with the shot off the skate of DeRobertis. Now Lavarco, and DeRobertis blocks that as well. DeRobertis outside the zone over the red line. He's got Dunn and Valente with him. The stick knocked out, and DeRobertis with a shove on number 29, Kyrie Carbone, and he was frustrated. He lost his stick. It's knocked out of his hands. So now Tan tied up by Valente. Lavarco with the shot. Glove save by Contrini. Didn't catch it. He kind of knocked it down. So here's Dixon. Dixon sends it up around. Carbone holds it at the point. Dixon has it now. He'll take it behind his own net. Now Butler. Gavin Butler back to Dixon. Dixon sends the pass up to Dunn. Stolen away. Shot on goal. Saved by Contrini. And Butler picks it up. Butler over to Valente. It was tipped by DiRobertis. Valente trying to get over the red line. Can't do so. Lavarca with it now. And Tan goes over to Dixon. Dixon, Connor Dunn. Dunn over the red line. DiRobertis and Valente. It's a 3-on-2 for the Kings as they caught the Jersey Shore Wildcats on the change. So along the near boards now as the shot came in off the glass. Picked up by Carbone. He and Carbone with it, trying to get around Dixon. Logan holds it. Dixon reverses course, and it's stolen away by Mamad. Mamad tripped down by Dunn. He's going to get called. Dunn knew it. Nothing he can do there. Connor Dunn gets called for the tripping penalty, and he'll go to the box. 14:08 in the second period at Jersey Shore to another power play. Shots on goal, 7-5 in favor of the Kings, but it remains scoreless. Again, this game is for, I guess, third place in consolation for the Jersey bracket, as neither team will be able to advance past today's game, since the Avalanche and Rockets both have 2 wins, and neither the Kings or Wildcats have either. So the Avalanche and Rockets playing back in the Northeast Skate Zone right now, and that is for first place in the New Jersey round robin. And then the loser will actually have a chance to get the wild card. Shot comes in, save Contrini, and he'll cover. If it's the Rockets going for the wild card, it's going to be a little more difficult because they have an overtime win as opposed to 2 regulation wins. And so the Avalanche, they had the 2 regulation wins. If they were to lose, they would still have at least an even chance of getting the wild card. But the Rockets are behind 8 ball as far as that's concerned. And the reason why I say that is because they only got 2 points in their win yesterday against the Kings. Nobody else had an overtime game, either in the Pennsylvania or National Division. So here's Carbone along the far boards, coming in on Gallucci, around Gallucci, in on Cooper, and the shot goes over the crossbar. Now along the boards, here's Mamad. Tied up by the Kings there. There's Cooper. Blind Troy with it, sends it past Carbone. Carbone's able to send it across ice to Shear and keep it away from Skylands. Now Ciarelli with the check. There is number 10, Likowiak. Shear sends it in, intercepted by Cooper. 25 seconds to go on the penalty to Dunn. 13 minutes remaining in the second period. No score between the Kings and the Wildcats. Now here is Mamad coming into the Kings zone. Mamad on goal. He scores. Christophe Mamad with the goal on the power play. And with 12:46 remaining, Jersey Shore takes a 1-0 lead. Mamad with the goal at the 12:46 remaining mark. Jersey Shore 1-0 over Skylands. Oh, Bernstein will take the draw against Tan. You got Fish on the right and Walsh on the left. Dixon and Catapano on defense. It's a face-off won by Jersey Shore, but it goes over to Walsh. Ryan Walsh off the board, sends it in. Back behind the net. There's Max Fish after it. Fish will play it around. Over to Walsh. Ryan Walsh with it. Hits the brakes. Tied up by 2 Jersey Shore players. Demzik in there. Walsh fighting for it. Back to Stanish. Loses it in the slot, but it comes outside the zone. Picked up by Tomzik. Kane Tomzik over the blue line. Tied up by Bernstein. Pass across, and Dixon's able to tip that. And it goes behind the net. Now in front, the shot. And Fish is able to go ahead and knock it to Stanish. Wide left as the shot came in from Demzik. Sent outside the zone by Max Fish. And I'll tell you, it's an icing in the play. It's going to come back to the Kings' end. But Max Fish saved what could have been a second goal by knocking into Stanish's stick there. And Cooper Stanish was able to get good wood on that shot right in the low slot on top of Contrini. So, I mean, it was point blank pretty much. And good defensive play by Max Fish. 12 minutes remaining, second period. We got a whistle right off the face-off. And so they'll drop the puck again. Bernstein on the draw. No, it's DiRobertis. My apologies. Goes over to Cooper. Cooper plays it up to Ciarelli. So you got DiRobertis, Ciarelli, and Formisano out there. Stadish is able to play it back in. Stadish takes a hit from Ciarelli. He's down on the ice, comes back outside the zone, and Demzik chases it. Demzik in the near corner. Ciarelli on top of him. Now, DiRobertis, slap shot. He scores! Sam DiRobertis with the blister pass, no in court. And the Kings tie the game. What a piece. DiRobertis' goal comes with 11:32 in the second period. Sam DiRobertis scores for the Kings. And they've deadlocked the game at 1. So the same line will stay out there. DiRobertis, Ciarelli, and Formisano, along with Cooper and Butler on defense. Kings tie the game 1-1 at the 11:32 mark of the second period. And this is only minutes after the goal by Christophe Mamad for the Jersey Shore Wildcats. Here's DiRobertis again, coming with Formisano. DiRobertis all alone. The shot just missed the left post, and it's off the far boards. Here's Butler with it. Gavin Butler trying to send it further in, and he does. DiRobertis gives chase. DiRobertis on sheer. Tied up behind the net. Comes back out. Formisano with it. Takes a bounce off the boards. Sends it across. Ciarelli on the backhand. Hops over Ciarelli's stick, and it comes back to neutralize. Cooper lost the edge. And here comes Lavarco. Anthony Lavarco takes a shot, but he gets a hit from Gavin Butler. Now Trevor Cooper with it. And we got a penalty on the play. It's going to be on the Kings as Shear has it. So delayed penalty call on the Skylands Kings. Formisano is able to sweep that towards the boards. And as Formisano touches up, we have a penalty against the Kings. So Skylands getting in trouble once again with penalties. This time it's going to be Gavin Butler to the box. So Butler to the sin bin with 10:33 remaining in the second period. We are tied at 1. Butler for interference. And the faceoff will be deep in the Skylands zone. It'll be Bernstein, Walsh, Gallucci, and Dixon for Skylands. Wildcats slamming the boards there with their sticks. Face-off won by Jersey Shore, but it goes out to Walsh. Comes back outside the zone. There's Walsh, he'll play it up. Bernstein after it. Carbone on him. Carbone's able to play it first. Now Walsh on top of Thompson. Tips it away. Puck comes outside the zone. And here is Mamad. Christophe Mamad with it. Slap shot by Michael Fish and scores! I don't think that was tipped by Thompson, but I can guarantee you Brayden Katrini screened on it, so I didn't see it. So Michael Fish with the goal. We're going to give credit to him. And the Wildcats go back up 2-1. Another power play goal for Jersey Shore. So penalties are setting the Kings back again today. Blythe will take the draw with Valente on the right and Slater on the left. Gallucci and Dixon on defense. Puck comes out to Tomzik. Valente after it. Comes inside the zone. Kings have lost both their games on a pair of 1-goal defeats. It would be crushing for them to lose a third straight time by 1 goal. Here's Dixon with it in the far corner. Puck slides back out towards the far boards. Dixon holds it. And now to Terrence Tan. Tan across the red line, now across the blue. Tan coming in on Gallucci. Tan with the shot. Glove save by Katrini. And he'll hold on. Wow. That is a big save by Brayden Katrini. And I'll tell you what. Katrini had this issue earlier in the season where once he had a goal scored against him, he let another one up right away. And he has corrected that to the point where it's been very tough to beat Katrini twice in a span of a few minutes lately. He lets up a goal but forgets about it right away and proves right there that he doesn't let up that secondary goal, which can be crushing. Great save by Katrini. Status plays it forward in the slot. Mikowiak trying to tee it up. Save again by Katrini. Glove save and he covers. Brayden Katrini like a stone wall out there. able to go ahead and keep the Jersey Shore Wildcats off the board after the second goal. So, Skylands has got to figure out a way to turn things around here. Cooper off the boards, bounces off the dasher, comes down to Dunn. Kowiak on him. Catapato with it. Luca Catapato will send it up and outside the zone and all the way down the ice. It falls just short of the goal line, so Korth has to play it. Off the boards, back to center ice. And here's Catapato. Catapato to Dunn. Dunn trying to play it inside the zone, can't do so. Now gets it back to DeRobertis. Sends it inside the zone where Jersey Shore picks it up. Pass out to Riley. Henry Riley, number 2, over the blue line. Riley with the shot. He scores! Riley into the top portion of the net, right underneath the crossbar. And I think if you ask Catrini, he'd want that one back. So everything I just said about Catrini is still wise, but that one I don't think he saw. Because I'm trying to figure out unless he was screened. Because that's a shot that Catrini would most definitely want back. 8:35 to go here in the second period. 3-1 now, Jersey Shore over the Kings. And we'll see what the Kings' fortitude is to try and fight their way back into this one. Here's Bernstein with Walsh and Formisano. Pass up to Formisano underneath his stick. Bernstein with it now. Plays it back to center ice. Here is Lavarco in on Galucci. Anthony Lavarco in the corner. And now the Jersey Shore Wildcats looking to put the Kings away here in this one. Bernstein outside the zone. Noah Bernstein around the fence. He's in with Walsh. Bernstein, the shot, saved by Korth. And Thompson loses it to Walsh behind the net. Walsh now back to Bernstein. And he falls down. The shot by Galucci. It's tipped. And Jersey Shore is able to clear the zone. Here's Mamad. Trying to get around Dixon. Logan won't have any of it. Dixon able to ride Mamad to the outside. Puck comes back out to Formisano, who clears the zone. Bernstein after it. Puck back into neutral ice. And as Formisano tries to send it back in, it's on an offside. We are halfway through. 7:44 to go in the second period. The Wildcats have jumped out to a 3-1 lead on Skylands. We're here in the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania for game number 3 of the Atlantic Hockey Federation Championship Playoffs. Wide Trail take the draw against Riley. Valente and Fish on defense. Here's Cooper. Sends it in. Fish goes after it. Michael Fish has got Max Fish behind the net there. Now Riley sends it in. Riley on the hash mark. Shot. Saved by Catrini. It's loose. And White Trail's able to clear it. Comes back into Catrini. And he covers. And Valente knocks down Riley right on the side of the net. So Catrini making the initial save there, and then Blythe is able to get the puck back to him, where he smothers it for the faceoff. Shots on goal, 15-9 in favor of Jersey Shore, and they have a 3-1 lead. 7:22 to go, second period. Here's Valente, he gets around Michael Fish. Valente coming in all alone. Valente with the shot, over the crossbar, he just missed. And Fish takes a hit from Kowiak. Now Fish on the faceoff circle, being tied up. Cornell off of Blythe Troy. Fish will backhand it over to Tan. Terrence Tan over the blue line. Catapato on him. Tan behind the net. Tan will circle around. He goes around the world with it. Now back to the far boards again. And Tan doesn't find anybody to pass it to. Finally loses it over to Catapato. Catapato along the far boards. Tan gets it back. The shot. Save Catrini. And they'll hold on right to the breadbasket. And Catrini flips that puck away. Took a hit right at the end of it by Tan. Didn't like it. 6:36 to go. Second period. 3-1. Jersey Shore leading over Skylands. DeRobertis will take the draw for the Kings. Connor Dunn out there along with Nicky Ciarelli. Logan Dixon with it now for the Kings. Pass to DeRobertis and went underneath his stick. Comes back, and Catrini's able to make the save as it hopped over Galucci's stick. You know, I talked about the ice in the Northeast skate zone being choppy. It's not nothing. Not as near as choppy as the ice here in Grundy. Robertus loses an edge, but he's onside. Sent back in, picked up by number, I want to say 20, Alex Lombardi. I haven't seen Lombardi all game long. Well, no Lombardi, no Policelli for the Wildcats in this game. I know Policelli and Lombardi are two of their top scorers, so they're not here. As for the Kings, Kings did have a full lineup, but Brayton Clyde was ejected from the game earlier, so. Here's Dempsey with his Ciarelli on top of him. Puck comes back out along the boards. Ciarelli with it. Galucci cross to Dixon. Now Ciarelli will send it in. Dempsey after it for Jersey Shore. Connor Dunn on him. Now Tomczyk along the far boards. Plays it back outside the zone. There's Trevor Cooper. Cooper circles back around. Past Dempsey. DeRobertis gives chase. Carbone after it. Hank Carbone with it along the far boards. Dunn intercepts. Keeps it inside the zone. Dunn on the backhand. Being tied up behind the net. Sends it over to DeRobertis. Dunn trying to get to it. Can't do so. Here's Dempsey. Logan Dempsey sends it out to neutral ice. Kane Tomczyk with it. Cooper. Cooper takes it away. Dempsey gets it back. Shot by Stanish. Save by Contrini. Blocker glove save. Off the boards. It landed into the Jersey Shore bench and bounced back out of play. 4:31 to go in the second period. 3-1. Jersey Shore over Skylands Kings. Now, the Wildcats lead in shots on goal 18-9, but if you listen to the broadcast last week, I mentioned at the end of the game that the Kings won once and the Jersey Shore Wildcats won 3 times. The losing team in all 4 games outshot the winner. His shot comes in. Catrini's able to cover, make the save. As he was going the other way, he had to reach back for it, and he was able to keep it out of the net. So Jersey Shore with a 19-9 lead on shots on goal. And if the score holds the way it is right now, it's be the first time all season in these 5 contests where the winning team would have higher shots on goal. Cattrini makes the save there. And so along the boards, there's Cooper. He flips it out. Still plenty of life for the Kings left, though. 4 minutes to go in the second period. Only down by a deuce. Bernstein takes it outside the zone and tried to play it back in, but it's on an offside. 4:06 to go, second period. 3-1 Jersey Shore leads over Skylands. We're glad you're with us here at the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania, just a stone's throw outside Philadelphia. This is game number 3 of the Atlantic Hockey Federation Championships. Backhander to Bernstein, doesn't get there. Now Slater along the boards. Damian Slater will reach for it. Takes a hit. He'll kick it forward, but loses it to Tan. And Slater falls down after it. Here is Tan. Tan with Lukoliak. Saved by Cattrini. Upper right-hand corner. And now Jersey Shore really piling on the shots as they have dominated action here in this second period. And then the Kings got the tying goal by Sam DeRobertis midway through, but ever since then, Jersey Shore has been to the Skylands end the majority of this second period. Riley will take the draw against Blythe Troy. 3:40 to go. Now along the boards. Goes into the far corner. Is Mamad. Pass to Tomczyk. Dixon in on him. Logan Dixon with it. Mamad has it along the far board. Tomczyk trying to poke it home. Cattrini holds the post. And it goes back along the far boards. Formasano with a dive there to try and go ahead and get it off the stick. Not a shot wide left. This Michael Fish. Bledley checks him off the puck. Dixon with it. Pass up to Blythe Troy. Nate Blythe Troy. He's got options. Formasano. Formasano coming in over the blue line. Formasano with the shot. Saved by Court. Formasano back around now. Tied up with it. Loses possession. Blythe Troy after it now along the far boards. Back to Formasano, just past his reach. Here's Valente. Valente to Formasano. Michael goes ahead and passes it back out to Gavin Butler. Butler at the point. Butler sends it in. Intercepted by Mamad. And Christophe Mamad over the blue line. Now over the red. Dixon loses an edge. Lamont in the shot. Saved by Catrini as Dixon lost an edge of the skate. Now Logan picks it up with 2:28 to go. Sends it up along the boards. There's Valente. Riley intercepts there. Lamont coming in. Christophe Lamont trying to get the shot off. Can't do so as he was past the post when he fired. So now blind Troy to Valente. Gio Valente in front of the official scores table trying to get into the zone. Played by Thompson. Now Dixon with it. Logan Dixon cross ice pass to Gavin Butler. Stolen away by Stadish. Cooper Stadish in the shot. Save Catrini. Terrence Tan with it now. Back to the point. It goes underneath the stick of Michael Fish. And so here's Logan Demsick, and we've got a player down. That looks to be Gavin Butler. And Butler's down, and Coach Mike Bernstein's going out to take a look. Injury timeout with 1:44 to go. Second period. 3-1 Jersey Shore over Skylands. We'll be back right after this. I didn't see. I was looking at the puck was over there. I didn't see. Welcome back to the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania. As Gavin Butler returns to his feet and skates up under his own power, so that's good to see. So Butler skating back to the bench, and Coach Mike Bernstein walking back as well. Butler holding his right shoulder, so I didn't see what happened as I was looking towards the puck going back into the Wildcats' end, and the collision must have happened somewhere after the puck had crossed over the red line. So we'll try to find out after the game. But Butler's holding his right shoulder, trying to rub it, trying to make it feel better. But he looks to be okay otherwise, which is good to see. 1:44 to go, second period. The face-off at center ice. Here's D. Robertus. And he wins it and sends it back to Trevor Cooper. Here's Cooper with it. He'll take it back behind the net. Tipped away by Tan. The Tan picks it up off of D. Robertus' stick. Terrence Tan has got Fish on him. Now back to the point to Shear. The shot. Saved by Catrini. Gets a piece of it. Now Tan with it. Tan behind the net. Terrence Tan trying to wrap around the tip. Catrini holds the post. Good save. He didn't know where it was, but he was able to hold the post to keep it out. And as he popped back up, the puck was literally right on the edge of the goal line and the post. So, minute 17 remaining now in the second period. Shots on goal in favor of Jersey Shore, 25-10, and they hold a 3-1 lead. Now Jersey Shore along the boards, backhanded in by Lekowiak, and here is Cooper. Trevor Cooper with it. He loses an edge. Lekowiak picks it up behind the net. In front, the Tan can't get a shot off. And now Fish will pick it up. Fish outside the zone, sends it all the way down. It's going to be enough for an icing, however, and so it'll come back down to the Kings' end of the ice. 53 and a half seconds remaining in the second period. It is 3-1, Jersey Shore leading over the Skylands Kings. This game will be for third place in the New Jersey division for the Atlantic Hockey Federation Championships. Only the winner goes on out of the bracket. There is a possible wild card, but the Kings and the Wildcats have both been eliminated for it. The Kings with 1 point, the Wildcats with none so far. And so now the puck comes back over to Dixon. Dixon will send it in on net, saved by Court. Into the corner. And there's Ryan Walsh. It comes back out. Catapato. Now Walsh with it. Puck comes over to Dunn. Connor Dunn to Walsh. Walsh in the backhand trying to get it across. Can't do so. And it's stolen by Shear. And here comes Jersey Shore outside the zone. Into the Kings' end, there's Tomzik along the boards. Big collision with him and Bernstein. And now Walsh gives chase. Connor Dunn after it. Dunn picks it up. Now Walsh. Walsh with seconds remaining. Catapano has it. Turns back around. Trying to fire. Gets it off. Stick save by Cork. Now Walsh behind the net. 1 second to go. And Jersey Shore is able to pick up the puck. And that's the end of the period. So the buzzer sounds, signaling the end of the second. Well, 3 goals by Jersey Shore, 1 by the Kings, and at the end of 2 periods, it's the Wildcats 3, Kings 1. We'll be back with third period action from the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania, right after this. Welcome back to the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania for Skylands Kings Hockey. Mike Parmisano along with you calling today's action. Thank you so much for joining us as the Jersey Shore Wildcats lead Skylands Kings 3-1 in game number 3 and the last game for both these teams in the Atlantic Hockey Federation Championships. Both Kings and Wildcats have been eliminated for further play due to the standings. Kings and Wildcats are 0-2 and Avalanche and Rockets 2-0. And they are playing at the Northern Skate Zone right now for first place in that round robin group. So the Kings in their last game of the season and now their last regulation period start out going right to left. Here's Bernstein. Bernstein in the zone. Bernstein in the backhand to pass across. The shot, he hit the post. Oh, Walsh hit the post there as he tried to put it past Cork. Beautiful pass by Bernstein, and they just weren't able to set up there. Here's Cooper. He'll send it back in. Bernstein back behind the net. Bernstein will pass it off. Gives it over to Walsh. Walsh behind, now back to Bernstein. Dunn in front of the net. Sends it across. There's Walsh. Ryan Walsh to Cooper. It would behoove the Kings to try and get a goal quickly here and get the proximate done so they can work on trying to get the tying goal. Here's Bernstein over to Dunn. Back to Bernstein. Kings with pressure here in his first 45 seconds. Here's Bernstein with it. Noah Bernstein along the near boards. Bernstein on the faceoff dot. On the backhand, the shot, save! As Dunn was able to get a piece of it, but Cork was able to keep it out. Now back to Reese Corneau, number 77. Butler picks up the puck. Gavin Butler goes around. He'll send it cross ice to Walsh. Walsh coming in with Dunn. Sends it around. Stanish after it for the Wildcats. Dunn on top of him. Back up the boards, there's Sam DiRobertis for the Kings. DiRobertis fresh off the bench. Sends it to the far corner. The Kodiak intercepted by Ciarelli. Ciarelli with the shot. Dunn on top of it. Connor Dunn trying to force that home and can't get it past Cork. Oh, Connor Dunn looking to bring the Thunder to Philadelphia, or Bristol at least, and he may do so here. Here comes Dunn. Dunn coming in. Connor Dunn. The shot high over the crossbar. Ciarelli picking it up. Ciarelli setting it back around. And now there's Michael Fish. DiRobertis with it. Puck comes in. On the side, Ciarelli couldn't put it home as it was rolling on him. Now Fish along the board. Ciarelli over to DiRobertis. DiRobertis in the far corner. Now it's over to Cooper. Stanish over the red line. Now over the blue. Gets around Gallucci. The shot off the crossbar. He hit the bottom of the crossbar to bounce right back out. Here's Shear. And gloved down by Contrini as he makes the save. Brayden Contrini flashing leather there after the first shot came in and hit the bottom of the crossbar. So the faceoff will be to the left of Contrini. with 13:32 to go in the third period. Face-off, won by the Kings. DeRobertis gives it off to Dixon. Loses it to Thompson, but Dixon gets it right back now. Valente. Gio Valente outside the zone. Here's Valente turning it on the Jets. Valente trying to get around Fish. Valente, the back pass, right in front of the crease to Korth. He's able to stick that aside. Here's Dixon. Logan Dixon with it now. Dixon sends it in. Stick save by Korth. Now back to the point. Dixon with it. Logan fires over the crossbar and off the boards. Now Sam DeRobertis sends it in. It's loose in front. Violente tried to tip it home. Couldn't do so. Now 12:36. Here's Ciarelli. Ciarelli fires. Save Korth. And he freezes for no further play. Valente right on top of that. Owen Korth has been tall today for Jersey Shore. We're down to 12:52 remaining in the third period. Kings running out of chances. Shots on goal, 26-14 in favor of the Wildcats. Here's Blytroy centering Fish and Formisano. Catapato and Cooper on defense. Fish on the right, Formisano on the left. Off the glass past Cooper. Now it's going to set up a breakaway for Terrence Tan. Tan coming in the shot. Save Catrini. Oh, Catrini bails out Cooper there as Tan got by him. But Catrini's able to make the save. Now here's Demsick. Formisano forechecking. Comes back to Demsick. Along the near boards. Up to Tan. Catapato with it. Sends it back outside the zone. And out of play it goes. And we'll have a face-off. 12:22 to go in the third. 3-1 Jersey Shore over the Skylands Kings. This game is for third place in the New Jersey bracket of the Atlantic Hockey Federation Championships. Demsick with the pass across to Kyan Carbone. Now to Demsick. Sidesteps Formisano. Demsick comes in. The shot over the crossbar and off the glass. Now back to the point. Can't handle it there. Fish trying to tie up Carbone. It goes over to Catapato. Luca Catapato with it off the boards. Demsick. And now back to Cooper. Hops over Cooper's stick, and he gives chase. Now Fish with it. Max Fish. Cross ice to Catapato. Luca Catapato at the red line. Sends it in on net. Saved by Korth. Steers it to the corner. Here's Carbone after it. Now Fish. Wildtroy. Formisano gets a skate on it, but it still comes outside the zone. And Catapato plays it in. Now to Formisano. Catapato goes forward with it. Here's Terrence Tan over the blue line, now over the red. Tan comes over the blue. Swiped aside by Bernstein and goes into the corner. Here's Catapato. Tan with it. Tan fires. Save Catrini. And Bernstein knocks him off the puck. Bernstein trying to get around the Kowiak. It's on the side of the net. Catrini trying to cover. He holds the post. Is able to keep that out. 10:35 remaining in the third period. Catrini with a big save there. Keep this game 3-1 Jersey Shore. Well, we could go ahead and do a whole season recap. I think we've done that before, so we're not going to bother with it at this point in time. Kings, obviously, I'm going to mention that. They were 9-19 at one point in time. They played themselves back into the playoff race, and they wound up securing the third place spot. 18-22 record, but again, they were 9-19, so they won like 9 of their last 12 just to make the playoffs. Puck all the way down to the Jersey Shore end, so the Kings needed a lot of credit for that, to be able to make that move back into the playoff race. And they played valiantly here in these 3 games in Pennsylvania. Here's Bernstein in. Bernstein with the pass across. The shot. He scores! Noah Bernstein with the pass to Walsh and then right back to Bernstein, who buries it past Korth. And the Kings aren't done yet. Approximate goal to make it 3-2. 10:17 remaining in the third period. Bernstein from Walsh. And Skylands now down by a goal. So just like that, the Kings have new life. Down by 1, and here comes Walsh. Walsh inside the zone. Walsh looking to equalize it right away. Walsh, the pass in. Slater, it's underneath his stick. Michael Fish plays it off the glass. It goes on to Dasher. Comes back to Butler. Butler fires. Goes past Korth as he tried to get a blocker on it. Now along the boards is Stanish. Dixon tips it aside. Here comes Mamad. Christophe Mamad in the shot. Save by Contrini. The rebound, another save. And Contrini keeps it out. He looks behind him to make sure it's underneath the pad. So 9:48 to go, third period. Jersey Shore leading by a goal. Noah Bernstein gets on the score sheet. Kings' second goal of the game. DeRobertis and Bernstein with goals for Skylands. DeRobertis will take the draw. Back to Demsick. Demsick fires, save on Contrini. It bounced in on him. And Riley looked to put the rebound home, but Contrini covered. Now to face off. Goes back to Demsick. Demsick shoots. Cooper has it in the far corner. Puck poked behind the net, and there's Cooper with it. Trevor Cooper skates back the other way. It's on his backhand. Looking to set up off the boards and sends it back to center ice. Here's Fish. Michael Fish getting around DeRobertis. Cooper with the check there. And now back to LaBarco. Cooper will take it into the far corner, sends it up off the boards. And Ciarelli trying to clear the zone, not out. Goes back behind the net. Here's Galucci, gets a piece of it. Tan behind the net. Cooper on him. Now DeRobertis. Sam DeRobertis will go to the far corner. And DeRobertis leads the charge over the blue line. It's a 3-on-2 for the Kings. They got Valente and Ciarelli. Valente in. Valente with the shot over the crossbar. And now DeRobertis tries for the open net and can't put it home. Now back to Catapanos off his skate. And here comes Tan. Tan with Dixon on him. Tan fires, saves Contrini. And now Dixon picks it up. Dixon with the pass to Valente. Valente up to DeRobertis. Sam DeRobertis over the red line now, over the blue. DeRobertis fakes the shot, loses possession. And here comes Jersey Shore. 8:18 to go in the third period. DeRobertis got one man to beat. The shot saved Korth. He got a piece of it, and it bounced towards the near boards. Picked up by Jersey Shore there. Here's Blytroy. Blytroy with Dunn. Blytroy fires over the crossbar off the boards. Now Dunn with it. Connor Dunn. Back to Catapano. Slap shot. He fanned on it. Blytroy with it now. It's loose. Demsick picks it up. And Demsick will flip it back to center ice. Dixon picks it up, gives it to Fish. 7:47 to go, halfway through the third period. Puck comes back to Catapano. And Jersey Shore with it now. Number 10 falls down. Lekoliak. I think he wanted a tripping call. None to be had. Puck comes behind the net. There's Dixon with it. Logan Dixon with the pass up. Connor Dunn can't escape the zone, however, sent right back in by Jersey Shore. And here's Catapano. Luca Catapano with it. Sends it up ice, trying to hit Dunn on a home run pass, defended by Carbone. Now Thompson. King Thompson over the red, now over the blue. Fish knocks it off his stick. Fish knocks down the Jersey Shore Wildcat right near the bench. That's Lamont. We got a penalty on the play, and it's Dixon. He'll send it up to Dunn. So the Kings are going to go to the power play as Lamont's going to get hit with a penalty. Delayed penalty call. Here's Catapano over to Fish. Fish tries to play it in, and as Shear touches up, we'll have a penalty against the Jersey Shore Wildcats and the Kings to a much-needed power play. 6:31 to go, third period. Kings down by a goal, but Tomzik will go to the box. So it actually wasn't Mamad, it was Tomzik called for the penalty. Kane Tomzik in the box for the Jersey Shore Wildcats. They're doubling up the Kings on shots on goal now, 34-17. But the Kings only down by a goal, and now looking for the equalizer. You have Bernstein, Walsh, Blytroy, Dixon, and Cooper out there. Here's a face-off. Won by Bernstein, and Walsh, the shot! And Korth got a piece of it. It goes into the near corner. Here's Blytroy. Now to Bernstein. Bernstein with it. Pass to Walsh. Walsh fires. He scores! He scores! Ryan Walsh, the power play goal with 6:36 remaining, and the Kings have tied the game 3 apiece. Ryan Walsh buries it past court. And we have a brand new hockey game. Kings 3, Wildcats 3, with 6:36 remaining. So now Blind Trail take the draw against Vermont. Valente and Formisano out there. Cooper and Catapato on defense. Here's the face-off, won by Jersey Shore. Goes back to Michael Fish. Now coming in, Vermont with the shot. Save! No! It went in. McTreaty misplayed it. And the shot bounces in off him. And Jersey Shore takes a 4-3 lead. McTreaty can't believe it. And he just took a bounce. It happens. So 10 seconds after Walsh ties it, the shot comes in from Ahmad and beats Contrini. 4-3 Jersey Shore. Now Valente comes in. Gio Valente looking to get it right back. Valente with the shot. Court with the save. And he'll cover. And the way that the Kings have rallied throughout the season, you know they're going to want to get that one back for Contrini. And they're going to throw the kitchen sink at Court now to try and get this game tied. Here's Blytroy with the face-off. Tries to go forward with it. Goes into the far corner. And that is one thing that the Kings have done all season, is that they have rallied around their teammates. And I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do the same exact thing here. Here's Cooper. Cooper sends it off the boards. Now Mamad. Christophe Mamad coming in. The pass to Tan. In front. Catapato. Now it's loose. Contrini with the pad down. He's able to keep it out. So Catapato is able to clear it outside of the crease. Now Formisano with the pass up. Intercepted by Fish. Michael Fish coming in over the blue line. Fish on the face-off circle. The drop pass to Tad. Fires, save Contrini. Now Cooper to Walsh. Ryan Walsh up to Noah Bernstein, just out of his reach. And here is Logan Demsick. I know this is a consolation game, I'll tell you what. The action has been as exciting as the first two games of this tournament. Here's Bernstein with Walsh and Formisano. 3-on-2. Bernstein fires, just missed the post. And comes back out to the point. There's Catapato. Catapato sends it over to Walsh. Ryan Walsh with it. Walsh being checked along the boards. Walsh comes outside the zone. And here's Logan Dixon. 5:05 to go, third period. Tomczyk takes a hit from Catapato. Luca Catapato now back behind the net. Goes into the far corner. Walsh with it. Walsh will flip it up. Outside the zone, and Fish plays it back in, but it's on and offside. 4:52 remaining in the third period. Jersey Shore leads by a goal, 4-3 over the Kings. Skylands tied the score off of Ryan Walsh's power play tally. And then 10 seconds later, Christophe Lamond scores his second of the game and puts Jersey Shore up 4-3, and that's where we stand. Here's Slater. Slater in, throws it towards the net. Off the boards. Butler holds it at the point. Butler fires into the equipment of Tomczyk. And Butler shoved down by Tomczyk. And here comes Kane Tomczyk over the blue line. Walsh on him. Walsh checks him along the boards. Into the corner. Now Bernstein. You got Lakowiak with it now. Carbone. Walsh after him. Dixon will play it behind. 4:19 to go. Third period. Puck comes back out to Bernstein. Here's Noah Bernstein with Walsh. Bernstein and Walsh along with Slater coming in. Bernstein over the blue line on the backhand. Bernstein trying to get around defense. Got Tomczyk on him. Puck's knocked off his stick. Comes back to Slater, past him. Here's Butler. Butler across to Dixon. Logan Dixon fighting the far end. Now Walsh. Walsh back to Dixon. Logan Dixon sets up at the point. Fires past the post. Here is Slater. Slater behind. He falls down. And the Wildcats take it away. Now Butler with it. Gavin Butler will send it back in. Past Bernstein to Slater. Over to Bernstein. Bernstein in the near corner. Tied up by Tomczyk. 3.5 remaining. Here's Butler. Puck sent all the way down the ice by the Wildcats. And that'll be an icing on the play. 3:25 to go. Third period. We will keep an eye on Coach Charlie Spetz to see if and when he pulls Brayton Contrini for an extra attacker. 3:25 to go here in the third period. Jersey Shore leading the Skylands Kings 4-3. Here is Sam DiRobertis on the face-off draw. Wins it, goes forward with it. Now Demsick has it for Jersey Shore. Off the boards and down the ice. And here is Trevor Cooper. Cooper with it. He'll take it behind the Kings net. Off the boards. Here's Connor Dunn. Now Mamad. Stolen away by Ciarelli. Now DiRobertis on him. Ties him up. Here's Cooper. Cooper sends it up to Dunn. It's off Connor Dunn. Comes outside of the Kings end. We get a whistle and a point back to the Jersey Shore end for a face-off. So 2:56 remaining in the third period, and the face-off will be deep inside the Wildcat end. DiRobertis will take the draw against Mamad. It'll be Ciarelli and Dunn on the wings, Gallucci and Cooper on the points. Sent back in by DiRobertis into the corner. Comes back to Sam along the near boards. Trying to send it deeper in. Has it in the corner. Backhand. Just playing tic-tac-toe there with the puck. Pass Gallucci. Comes on the stick. Oh, Tan fires. Cooper deflected that. Trevor Cooper has it behind the net. Now Tan looking to poke it home. Cooper takes it away, and we got a penalty call against Sam DiRobertis. And DiRobertis brought down Tan, and he's going to go to the box with 2:22 remaining. So that is going to negate the Kings' opportunity to get an even strength goal, but we'll see if they can do anything shorthanded. They have a few shorthanded goals this season, but they're going to have to apply the pressure. So right now, with 2:22 to go, you've got Bernstein and Walsh out there for the Kings, along with Cooper and Gallucci. Bernstein will take the draw against Riley to the left of Braden Petrini. Face-off won by the Wildcats. Played back in, there's Butler. Butler tries to play it outside the zone, and Walsh picks it up. Ryan Walsh will slow it down. The pass across ice to Bernstein. Bernstein at the red line. Noah Bernstein trying to get around. Bernstein on the backhand. Loses it over to Lukowiak. Now Walsh will just send it in, and Shear picks it up. Ryder Shear sends it into the Kings' end. We're down to 1:57 remaining. Problem is, you can't pull Petrini right now. The Kings are on a penalty kill. You have to wait until that's over, pretty much. Here's a shot by Fish, just goes wide. There's Gallucci over to Walsh. Walsh to Bernstein, just out of his reach. Kings have had 2 late goals in both games. Well, actually, they had the one by Bernstein in the Rockets game, and then they had the tying goal by Walsh, but that was actually in the second period against the Avalanche. It's 1:30 remaining, and the puck is tied up along the boards. This is Walsh and Tomczyk. Jersey Shore happy to go ahead and just tie it up right now. Kings trying to dig it out. Time is not on their side. So Lukowiak and Tomczyk tying it up there. Walsh trying to knock it loose. And you've got Standish underneath, and they're still telling the boys to play it. Finally comes out to Walsh. Walsh, cross ice pass to Cooper. Now Cooper has it with 1:04 remaining. 11 seconds to go on the penalty. And here's Bernstein. Bernstein over the blue, now over the red. Less than a minute to go. Bernstein inside the zone, knocked off his stick. The Wildcats pick it up, an empty net for the Kings. Here's Mamad. Mamad shoots. Blocked down by Catapano. He saves the goal as it was heading towards the empty net. Now, we've got a whistle. We're going to see what the ruling is by the referee. I think it could be offsetting. So too many men against the Jersey Shore Wildcats. And that's what it was. They had 6 players out there. So they're going to go to the box, and the Kings are going to get a power play. So Skylands, if they have Petrini pulled, will have a 6-on-4 power play. You got a timeout by Charlie Spetz, coach of the Kings, and we're going to take one as well. Kings will come back with 41.7 seconds to go. They will have the man advantage. The too many men on the ice penalty against Jersey Shore when we come back. We'll be back right after this.
So what happens on that? They get how many men on the ice?
Well, they have the regular 5 against 4, and if goalie's full, it would be 6.
6 on 4. They had time to have a goal like that.
Oh, he was out. He was so far from the bench, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they were out there. It wasn't usually the penalties called when they're right in front of the bench.
Right.
Wildcats had 6 players all the way down the ice.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania. Skylands Kings hockey. We have 41.7 seconds to go. And here's the game reset. The Kings are down 4-3. But the Jersey Shore Wildcats with a too-many men on the ice penalty. So it's a power play for the Kings, and they're going to have the extra attackers. Contrini's on the bench. It's going to be Bernstein, Walsh, Blytroy, DiRobertis, Cooper, and Dixon. Here's the faceoff. Goes to Walsh, back to Dixon. Dixon with the pass across to Cooper. Cooper with it now. Along the far board, sends it in. It's in front and picked up by Jersey Shore. They send it for the open net. Just wide. And off the boards, and that'll be an icing. So Jersey Shore just misses the empty net that would have sealed the deal and put the game away. 28.3 seconds to go as 13 seconds expired there. DiRobertis, no, Bernstein will take the draw. Face off to the left of Korth. Here it is, Walsh back to Cooper. Now to Dixon. Dixon trying to get the shot off, blocked by Tan. Now Walsh in the corner. Ryan Walsh sends it across to DiRobertis. The shot, save Korth! Oh, Owen Korth robs Sam DiRobertis with 15 seconds remaining. It keeps the score 4-3. Oh, the Kings will get one more opportunity at this, most likely. 15 seconds to go. Here's Bernstein on the draw, trying to go forward with it. Taken by Mamad. Back to the point to Cooper. Cooper, pass to Dixon. Logan Dixon fires, save Korth. And he'll cover with 6.3 seconds remaining. So now the Kings really will have one more opportunity. 6-on-4, Kings and Wildcats. Bernstein on the draw. Here's the face-off. Here's Walsh. Walsh trying to fire. It's in the skates of Dixon. Dixon flips it up over the glass. He's going to take a bounce behind the net. That's it. The Jersey Shore Wildcats defeat the Skylands Kings 4-3. The Wildcats celebrate around Owen Korth, and the Kings, Heartbreak City, 3 one-goal losses in all 3 playoff games for the Kings. So, that'll wrap up the season. The Skylands Kings going out to center ice, shake hands with the Jersey Shore Wildcats. The Kings playing valiantly all weekend long. Great effort, but it was not to be. 3 one-goal defeats for the Kings. 4-3 overtime loss to the Rockets Hockey Club yesterday. And then a 2-1 loss to the Avalanche this morning that eliminated them from further competition. And then in the third place game here today, the Kings fall to the Jersey Shore Wildcats 4-3. See you next year. Thank you. So, this will end the season for the Kings. We've got a lot of people to thank for everything we've had throughout the season. We've got my thanks go out to my family, obviously, my wife Kara, my kids Michael and Charlie and Alex for the support all season long. Want to go ahead and thank the Skylands Kings coaching staff. Want to thank head coach Charlie Spetz and assistant coaches Troy Zellers, Mike Bernstein, and Dave Gallucci. Want to thank team manager Grace Dixon and Matt Dixon for running the scoreboard throughout the season along with Jim Walsh. Want to thank all the parents for Skylands, and also want to go ahead and thank the players. Without the players, the season wouldn't have been as exciting as it was. This team was 8-18 at one time, and then they fell to 9-19 after a loss to Jersey Shore at the Jersey Shore Arena. And after that game, things turned around. They defeated the Rockets later that night at Skylands Ice World, and from there, the Kings went on to win 9 of their last 12 in order to qualify for the playoffs and get down here to the Atlantic Hockey Federation Championships in Philadelphia and Bristol, Pennsylvania. So, things didn't break the way the Kings wanted to this weekend, but it was not because of effort. They lost 3 games, all by 1 goal. 4-3 to the Rockets yesterday, 2-1 to the Avalanche this morning in a heartbreak game. And then today to the Jersey Shore Wildcats at the Grundy Ice Arena, 4-3. Well, we'll be back next season for more Skylands Kings hockey as we're going to take the spring and summer off. If there's anything going on in the spring for any spring leagues, we'll try and be with you for that. There should be an AHF parity event in April or early May, as there usually is. And if that is the case, we'll be back. So in 2 months, we'll be back for more hockey. The Kings will play the AHF parity event for the next level of Phantoms. And we'll see who's with the team at that point in time. And all players who go ahead and move on from this Phantom squad due to birth year, we want to wish them well. And for everyone coming back, we want to wish them health and fortune throughout the spring and summer. Get ready for next season. So, the final time this season, I'm Mike Formasano. This has been Skylands Kings Hockey. Skylands Kings fall today to the Jersey Shore Wildcats 4-3 at the Grundy Ice Arena in Bristol, Pennsylvania. Have a good off-season, everyone, and we'll see you for next season's Skylands Kings Hockey for 2024-25.